Mr. Speaker, our nation is facing a critical point as we discern whether we will lead or whether we will follow in the 21st century innovation. The Chinese Communist Party, following years of underhanded practices, including cheating and even outright theft, is poised to gain global dominance in the technology and telecommunications sectors. Their ultimate goal is controlling critical market segments and even weaponizing the global supply chains for medical equipment, weapons, and other critical electronics. Through pawns like Huawei and ZTE, this regime is seeking to dominate next-generation technology like artificial intelligence, semiconductor production, quantum computing, 5G, and beyond. Funded directly by the Chinese Communist Party, these companies are free to operate however they please, distorting global markets and edging out free market competitors in their mission to monopolize the industry. If we do not intercede, Huawei and ZTE could stand to be the only companies left with the abilities to innovate. This is a daunting threat as we look past 5G to 6G. As I consider the innovation that I personally have witnessed in the span of my own medical career, I recognize that there is a world of opportunity to be discovered in the remaining days of the 21st century, from remote surgeries and autonomous vehicles to other inevitable additions to our ever-increasing virtual world. If the United States does not act now to correct course, the Chinese government will succeed in controlling the world's electronic network, our data, our research, and ultimately our security. As a nation, we cannot allow this malicious regime to take hold of the world's network. America needs to lead the way and work with our allies to beat the Chinese Communist Party in deploying next-generation telecom networks. On the China Task Force, we are developing pragmatic solutions to stand up to the Chinese government. We are working on legislation to standardize and create interoperability to every point in radio access networks. Open RAN or O-RAN are critical to driving competition in existing networks. Additionally, we are working to lessen Huawei and ZTE's grip on the global market. For years, Americans have gone to great lengths to break up trusts and other monopolies by enforcing free market principles. Now, the China Task Force is developing opportunities to do this on a global scale. Throughout this process, we must be mindful of the supply chains that are used to manufacture every component of the devices that we rely on daily. I am working to end Chinese dominance in manufacturing and sourcing, from rare earth elements and mineral extraction all the way to their undercutting of the internet. By ending this stranglehold, we can ensure that China will not be able to control and dictate their terms for any nation to access future technologies. All of us surely can agree that Americans must set up once again to lead the world in research and innovation. We want American jobs for American citizens. We want American innovation for the American people. And as President Trump said last week, we want the American dream for American children. Congress must counter the Chinese Communist Party's efforts to dominate the telecom sector, and we must ensure that Americans can step up to the challenge. For centuries, Americans have been trailblazers. Once again, we are facing a new frontier. This is not the time to stop moving forward. This is our chance, and this is the time to make a difference. Thank you, and I yield.